I'm sure you've heard of the cheat day mentality before, and just in case you haven't, it goes something like this. You stick to your diet plan for 6 days out of the week and then cheat on your diet 1 day a week. Or maybe you say that you allow yourself to have a cheat meal, or you decide to order dessert somewhere and say, it's okay, I've been really good lately, I can cheat on my diet a little bit today. Does that sound familiar? This way of thinking is broken though, and in this video, I'm going to tell you why. Welcome to the Intuitive Health channel. I'm your Vitality Lifeguard, Heather Thatcher, and I am so grateful that you're joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about why this term cheating is broken. The first reason why the term cheating or cheat meal isn't serving you is because if you feel that you need to cheat, it means that your diet is too restrictive. So many of today's trending diets are relatively restrictive with a set of rules that are to be followed without exception. This then leaves you with foods that you can and cannot eat, foods that are good for you and will help you towards your goal, and foods that are bad for you and will lead to failure. I've been there. I was following a strict vegan diet for years, but every once in a while I had a little bit of Greek yogurt or with some berries or like a little serving of cheese, and in my mind, and sometimes out loud, I would tell myself that this was cheating, and I would sometimes feel a little guilty, or maybe a lot guilty. My view of what my diet should be and what was and wasn't allowed kept me in the mindset where eating anything else off menu would be considered wrong. Because when you think about it, that's what we imply when we say that we're cheating. Calling it cheating implies that what you're doing is wrong. We were taught from a young age that cheating is wrong. You weren't supposed to cheat when you were playing on the playground or playing with a board game. We're told not to cheat on tests or when playing sports. Cheating on your partner or being unfaithful in a relationship can break hearts and cause so much pain and suffering. As I've mentioned before, our mind is a supercomputer and our thoughts are the program that it runs. And your supercomputer mind knows that the word cheating is wrong. So when you use it to refer to your diet or some kind of food that you're eating, your brain interprets what you're doing is wrong. But is it wrong? Is it wrong to eat an apple if your diet doesn't allow the sugary fruit? Is it wrong to go out for ice cream on a hot day if you're eating a dairy-free diet? Is it wrong to have a little bit of meat once in a while if you're a vegetarian? Absolutely not. Food is just food. It doesn't have the capability to make you feel guilty, but we sometimes give it that power, don't we? When I was following that strict vegan diet and I had that serving of cheese, I would feel so guilty by eating that cheese. I felt like I had failed. My friends and family thought that I was completely dairy-free. So by eating this cheese, was I letting myself down as well as letting them down? I would also get thoughts around why I decided to go vegan in the first place, and then now I was letting down the environment and the farmers and the animals. That is a lot of influence for one piece of cheese, right? But the cheese itself didn't make me feel this way. I interpreted eating the cheese to be cheating on my vegan diet, and that's where all of these troubling emotions came from. Cheese is a perfectly healthy food for lots of people, and there are easily accessible, affordable cheese options that are sustainable and cruelty-free if you know where to look. Food is just food. It only has the power and associations that we give it. Cheese does not have that much power. Cookies, cake, ice cream, mac and cheese, pizza, all of these foods don't have any power at all. It is the emotions and labels that we apply to these foods that create our interpretation and our reaction to eating them. No diet is going to work 100% of the time for everyone, and this is where intuitive eating comes into play. Some foods work for you, and some foods make you feel yucky. Other times we have to use our intuition and our awareness to tell us what works and what doesn't. So what the heck is intuitive eating anyway? Some people imagine that those who are going to be eating whatever their body is craving are just going to end up eating a lot of junk food and food that tastes good, even if it isn't really good for their body. But intuitive eating has a few components though. The first part is listening to your body, eating what you're hungry for, and eating when you're hungry. And then really noticing the kinds of foods you're craving. And then, this is the crucial part, you pay attention to how your body feels after you eat that food that you're craving. And so although eating some Doritos or some candy might taste good in the moment, your body may not feel quite so hot afterwards. It's essential with intuitive eating to follow what your body is asking for, but then really pay attention to how you're feeling after you eat that food, because that's going to give you a clue as to whether or not that food agrees with your body. So Doritos might taste great while you're eating them, but then shortly after you're done, that brain fog sets in. Maybe you're feeling really thirsty now, or your stomach maybe goes off a little bit, gets a little sour. So let's look at a less obvious example. Broccoli is generally considered a healthy food. It has lots of great nutrients like calcium and iron, phytochemicals, antioxidants. But that doesn't mean it's right for you. If your digestion is sensitive to cruciferous vegetables, you may find that when you eat broccoli, you feel bloated, you get stomach cramps, and you just feel gross. Eating intuitively also means that you might find some foods like broccoli that you would have previously considered good for you to now be off the menu because of how your body responds to them. The more in tune you become with your body, the easier it will be to resist the foods that don't work for you. You'll be able to interpret your cravings to retrain your brain so that when you feel yourself craving candy, you'll start to understand that you're actually craving something sweet, and you're going to reach for a piece of fruit instead, because you know that that's going to leave your body feeling energized rather than the candy that's going to make you feel a little meh. So how do you do this? How do you strengthen your intuition and learn what foods work best for you and your body and which ones don't? This is something that we're going to be talking about in the next free online challenge that's going to help you meditate yourself healthy. It's going to give you the secret to keeping your healthy habits. And as I mentioned in last week's video, meditation is the best option to reestablishing and strengthening your intuitive connection to your body. In the Meditate Yourself Healthy Challenge, I'm going to give you daily affirmations and guided meditations, as well as share some videos with you, some information that's going to help you live your intuitive healthy lifestyle as soon as possible. And it's absolutely free. And when you listen to your body and you're living intuitively, being healthy no longer feels like work. That's what you're going for here. So if you're in and you want more info, then go to heatherthatcher.com/health to join us. And again, that challenge is free. So what are you waiting for? Thank you so much for spending time with me. I'm very grateful for the energy that we shared today. I know you're the kind of person who likes to help others, so I invite you to share this video with someone important to you who you think could also benefit from hearing this episode. If you want inspirational, intuitive health content like this daily, connect with me on Instagram. Every morning on my story, I give you a mini challenge, affirmation, intuition builder, or energy clearing technique to help you take what we talk about on the Intuitive Health channel to the next level. You can find me over on Instagram with the name @VitalityLifeguard, and you can also find me there on Facebook and Pinterest with the same name @VitalityLifeguard. That's it for this week. Again, if you're interested in joining us for the Meditate Yourself Healthy Challenge, then head on over to heatherthatcher.com/health to join us. I am so grateful for you, you beautiful soul, and I wish you all